Well, g'day curd nerds. G'day curd nerds. Well, 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 g'day curd nerds. Welcome back. I'm Gavin Weber and I'm the host of the show. Welcome to Ask the Cheeseman 353, and thank you to all of the patrons and members that support the show. Lots of new ones this week. So Kevin the Gerbil, oh god, how do you say that? Mini Cav Cat, Athena, Down and Dirty Dream, Elias, James Thornhill, Mari, Nigri, Kylie Robson, Sandy Knight Moolah, the Nightly Scarling, DeGrammus. Thank you to all your YouTube memberships. Really appreciate it. And we've got some new patrons as well. So thank you to Whitney Morgan over on Patreon for being the latest one. And thank you to all of the patrons and YouTube members for continuing to support the show financially. It really does help. Okay. Let's say g'day to a few people. Lots of people in the chat, as always. G'day to Shauna, being the first one. Valerie, number 2. G'day, Valerie. Patricia, number 3. Jeff, g'day, Jeff. Zombicus, Lisa, hello Lisa, and Torch and Bucket jumped in there, and T-Dog, hello T-Dog. Who else we got? Alan, g'day Alan, and Luigi, right, I get it. Oh, nice, that's funny. Celeste, Michelle, g'day Celeste. Paul, welcome back, mate. Anthony, g'day Anthony, lovely to see you, mate. Who else we got there? Fiona, g'day Fiona. Herb, hello Herb. Ricky does stuff, g'day Ricky. I think that's everybody. We've got a 33 watching. Lovely to see everybody here. We've got a great show for you today. Now, I am working on a video that's taken like forever. Let me bring up the Trello board just so everybody gets a picture of my pain. So this video here in particular, I made 4 cheeses using the Formaggio. Here is what I learned. The review is currently up to 1 hour and 6 minutes of footage. Well, I think it's engaging, but I've got to go through it again. I've got about, oh goodness me, about 2 hours more work on it. I worked on it all day yesterday. So I've got about 2 hours more work. There's a monologue which needs to have something. It doesn't make you fall asleep, but there's a monologue about pros and cons that I need to make better, visually presentable. But anyway, it's taken me a long time, but yeah, it'll be a good review. I've shown Kim what I've done so far, and she's impressed. So takes a lot to impress my Kim, but yeah, so she's impressed with the work. And then I can get on with the other stuff. I've got lots of video ideas to go, so that'll be good fun. Anyway, that's the gallery. That's the Trello board where I do all my creations. What else? Oh, and we got the gallery at 30 minutes past the hour, so that'll be good fun. There's a few entries this morning, not as many as last week, but some nonetheless, which is fantastic. Paul's just given us some feedback on the Titanic video. I enjoyed the Titanic cheese. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it, mate. That was a labour of love as well. I thought I'd go all in for that one. Break out the Navy uniform. Do some adjustments on it, of course. It's been 25 years since I left the service. So I didn't think it'd fit, but yeah, we managed to get it on. So that was good. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, thanks. And the cheese, we finished them all now, and they were absolutely delicious. Great little lactic cheese that tasted a bit like cheddar. So happy with the result. Yeah, so, and I tell you what, lots of people have been buying the recipe card for it, which is, well, I suppose it's not shocking, but yeah, it's an extinct cheese and people want to give it a go. So, yeah, really good. Anyway, we got some questions. Let's go back in time. Well, the first question was from Torch and Bucket. So let's have a look there. Torch and Bucket says, I have a failed Stilton that has been taken over by Candida. It smells like camembert. Should it be... It smells like camembert, but should it be safe to eat? If so, what should I call it? Stilton Bert, I think I dried it too slowly. Yes, so camembert, or Penicillium camberti, or Penicillium candidum, prefers a little bit more moister conditions than Penicillium roqueforti, which is the blue mold. So, if it did dry too slowly, it sounds a bit like Cam Blue to me. Very similar to... I did make a cheese called Cam Blue. It didn't really turn out too well. There was blue in the middle and there was white on the outside, but I didn't get a complete coverage, but it tasted fine. If your sanitization process was spot on, as it should be, then you should have no issues, really, if it doesn't smell too funky, other than a little bit of ammonia, then... yeah, you've got some cross-contamination there in your ripening box or what have you. You got some more info there. Where does it says? No blue, unfortunately. Well, it'll just be a white mold cheese. If it's got to the stage where the white mold's all over it, then it's probably best to wrap it. I know it's probably pretty big, but if not, just crack into it now. Eat it as a fresh cheese. Put that down to experience, I think. So that's my result. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too many issues with it. But yeah, so maybe check the best before date on the Penicillium roqueforti. Could be an issue as well. But yeah, definitely moisture levels. And I've also noticed when making Penicillium roqueforti cheeses or blue cheeses that lack of oxygen really stifles blue growth. So if you don't turn the cheese and don't clean the ripening box out at least weekly, CO2 and ammonia build up and exclude the oxygen, which the blue absolutely needs to grow. So that could be the issue as well. Anyway, fantastic. Thank you for your question, and you're from the UK. Fantastic. I feel it's good to eat. I'll let you be the judge of that, but based on what you've said, yeah, I think it's good. All right, next question is from Luigi. Says, followed your recipe for white Stilton twice now. Press for 8 hours between boards, then a second batch 5 hours later. Both required pressure when in the hoops to come together. Suggestions? Yes, so my suggestion, something going on somewhere. So when you're drying it between the boards or pressing it, then press less. So press for like 4 hours instead of 8. And you'll find it probably comes together better. And you may not need any pressure. Now, I needed some pressure because the curds were too dry. The cheese turned out fantastic, actually. We had no problems. It tasted delicious. But yeah, maybe cut back on the pressing time. Let some of that moisture stay in the curds, and then it'll help form the cheese without any pressure. So there you go. There you go, Luigi. Next question is from... Did I miss one? No. Next one is from Alan. Alan says, do you do talks/demonstrations? I'm in Melbourne Southeast to groups. Cheers. The only way I'd be able to do that now would be via video. Like this, for instance. So, no, I don't do face-to-face talks or demonstrations anymore. I just can't manage it with me back. You know, it's not fully healed, but yeah, it'll just take too much out of me. So, unfortunately, Alan, I can't do that anymore. You'll have to put up with me being live every Sunday morning and having a chat to you there. Oh, goodness me. Celeste has a question as well. It says, my buttermilk blue didn't cover completely with blue after 2.5 weeks, and I decided to probe to aerate regardless. It's 5 weeks in, and it's brownish, watery slush. Filled the gaps in between. Okay, so this happens when the moisture content or the humidity is too high or the cheese is too wet. Penicillium roqueforti just will not grow. It prefers a humidity of 80% relative humidity, whereas say washed rind cheeses, blue, like Brevibacteria lindens, loves about 95%. Penicillium candidum likes between 90 and 85%, but yeah, blue cheeses on the lower side, 80%. And if the cheese was too wet after you took it out of the after you've taken it out of the mold and wasn't touch dry, then the blue just doesn't grow. It turns into this brown mushy. It's rank. The best way to save it, and I think there's some more info you put in there, Celeste. Here it is. It says it's quite a moist cheese and large. I did 1.5 times your recipe. I'm worried about that if I scrape off the surface, I would lose further blue growth to force the brown into aeration tunnels. Yeah, that probably would happen. So what you should do is, the only way you're going to save it as a cheese, and it's not going to be a blue cheese and it's not going to be a brown yucky cheese, is scrape off any mold that's on the outside surface of the cheese now, and you're going to have to eat it as is. Yeah, that would be my recommendation. You're not going to get any blue growth whatsoever now. It's gone. It died. So I would just scrape that off, clean it up, make it look as nice as it possibly can be. Problem with the buttermilk blue is the bigger you make it, the moister the cheese is going to be, and the less likely that blue mold is going to grow on the outside. So stick to the size that I made it, and you shouldn't have too many problems. But yeah, absolutely, before you put it into the ripening box, make sure that that surface of the rind is at least touch dry. And that's the problem with most blues. They do have to be dry on the outside before the blue. Not as in like dry and starting to get cracks, but touch dry. I feel like a clammy handshake is probably the best advice I could give. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for that. Next question is from more of a statement from Anthony. He says, I have a cheese that I've never heard of called Chorms. Is that how you say it? That I bought today. Looking forward to trying it. Let's investigate the Chorms. Oh, goodness me. Chaumes. Chorms cheese. Oh, there we go. All right, what's it say on the second monitor? It's popular French cow's milk cheese, particularly known for its semi-soft texture, distinctive orange rind. It's made in the Pyrenees, Atlantics region, and undergoes a 4-week aging process. The cheese is known for its nutty flavour and enjoyed grilled on bread or with a crisp white wine. Oh, okay. Looks, yeah, from that photo there and that photo there, it looks like it's a washed rind cheese. Very interesting. Is it AOP? Let's have a look. What does Wikipedia say about this cheese? It's pronounced... No, I can't hear it. It's French for subtle. Okay. It's a Trappist cheese. Tangerine orange in colour. Very nice. It's made as a spreadable cheese as well. It doesn't say it's AOC. Okay, fair enough. Lovely. There you go. That's some information for you and for myself. So washed rind cheese. Very nice. Smell. I bet it smells too. Very nice. Okay. Next question is from Paul and says, Hi Gavin, do you benefit more from super chats or memberships? Let me think. So with super chats, I get 70% of the revenue. With memberships, I think I also get 70% of the revenue. So it's the same as far as I'm concerned. So, but thanks for asking, Paul. Really appreciate the memberships that you've been throwing into the chat. I think memberships are better because they're more engaging for people. So people do then get early access to more content as I release it. So yeah, I don't know. The memberships are great that people put in. It's reoccurring revenue for me. If they then sign up after the gifted membership has expired. Super chats are instant. They come in the next pay cycle. But yeah, look, much of a muchness. As far as revenue collection, personally going to me, it's the same. So, alrighty. Jose. Hello, Jose. G'day, mate. Lovely to see you. Cool cat. Yeah, Salisbury, England. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Blessed are the cheesemakers. Oh, goodness me. Okay. Torch and Bucket said, went straight for my Stiltonbert, and it's like a firm, cheap brie camembert. It's lovely. I might make it again. Excellent. Oh, there you go. Well, I hope you took my advice and took it for what it's worth. But yeah. Paul, you're going crazy there, mate. Thank you so much for the super chat. Why is the light not going off? And why? There we go. I didn't do that. It did itself. Paul says, Happy Easter. Here's a Happy Easter chat and membership shortly. Thank you so much, Paul, for the memberships as well. Where are we? There we go. Paul gifted 5 Gavin Weber memberships. Very nice indeed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people took it up. Very good. David Willem says, oh no, here we go. There's a question. I just tried my first kafili following your recipe. Maybe it's not really my cup of tea, or I did something wrong. It tastes a bit too sour, and I was hoping for a more cheddary taste. How is it supposed to taste? I've never tried one. Well, it is on the sharper side, but overall, the rind should be salty, and it should be about 1 centimetre thick if you've air dried it, if you've ripened it naturally. What else? The paste should be creamy and moist, and it should have a little bit of. It won't taste like a cheddar. I'm telling you now. It will have a tangy flavour to it. And yeah, Michelle's confirmed that indeed. Yeah, it does have a tangy flavour, and it's just a lovely all-round cheese. But if you're after a cheddar flavour, you're not going to get it from a 3-week-old cheese. Yeah, so it's a cheese all by itself. Yes, it does use some cheddaring to make the curds a little bit more drier, but there is a lot of moisture in that cheese because it's only 3 weeks old. Hope that answered your question. Okay, so there's another one. Yeah, where is it? Destraw says, what did you do in the Navy? Just curious. Well, way back when, I was in the Royal Australian Navy for 20 years and 1 day. I served on many warships. My role, or my category, was radio operator initially to start with. So I was a radio operator on all the ships. So we communicated from the ship back to Australia, back to the maritime headquarters. What else did I do? And then they did some amalgamation between radio operators and signalmen, and we became, what did we call ourselves? Combat Information Systems. I think that was what it was, or Communications Information Systems. I can't even remember. Yeah, so it was a new branch. I think I was the first Chief Petty Officer in the Navy to become that new branch. So, yeah, pretty cool. So, yeah, radio stuff, satellites, all that sort of good gear. And then I went into IT right near the very end, probably the last year. I started teaching Windows NT courses to students and officers and stuff like that, so they can manage the systems on their ships. So that was good fun. Okay, there you go. There's a little bit about my Navy background. Cosero says, "Heyo, Gavin. Heyo. I received my certified Kurd nerd caps for me and my girlfriend. Love them. Greetings from Norway." Thank you so much for buying those. And yeah, you can pick them up at the merch store. Where is it? Where's the merch store link? Gav, put it on there. There it is. Merch.cheeseman.tv. If you want a cap as well, or t-shirt, Kurd nerd, certified Kurd nerd. There we go. Very nice. Thanks. I'm glad you liked them because the design was simple. I thought the cap was good quality, so because I got some myself, tested them before I released them. So yeah. Where are we? Where's the next question? Where is it? The Rent Reviews. G'day, welcome to you. Happy Easter to you and yours, Gavin, from here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. All the best, sir. Thank you very much. There we go. Where's the next question? I'm sure there's another one there. Oh, here we go. Paul's got one. Michelle says, "We all love it here." I think you're talking about the Kafili or me. I'm not sure, Michelle, or being in the community. I think it's the Kafili. I'm dying here. Hang on. Coffee time. Oh, Paul's thrown a question in. Good. Let's keep going. Paul says, "Gavin, I've been trying to do the weekly cheese flip, but it sounds like lately you've been on a flip every day if you can plan." It depends on the cheese, Paul. If it's a semi-hard cheese, once a week's fine. If it's a, and I've been doing lots of lactic set ones lately. Yeah, I do it every day if I can. But yeah, once a week is fine for those semi-hard cheeses. But for those very short aged cheeses, then I'm doing them daily just to even moisture distribution, and because some whey still comes out, I don't want it pooling on the surface on the bottom or the top, so that's probably the best way to do it. But yeah. James Thornhill says, "I work in IT at a big Australian bank. Stress is high. I find making cheese absolutely makes a difference to my wellness." You know what, James? I also used to work in IT at one of the big Australian banks, ANZ I worked at. And yeah, initially I was the manager of the Windows NT support team, and then moved into IT security, and then went into governance near the end because I just couldn't hack the stress myself personally, but I still wanted to work there. And then eventually, after 17 and a half years, I got retrenched, as they do in those big corporates. But yeah, one of the reasons I started cheese, and I do say this in my book, Keep Calm and Make Cheese, was because I did work in a high-stress environment during the week. In the evening or weekends, making cheese absolutely helped with my mental being by working in those environments. But I hear you, James. Keep making the cheese. It'll make you feel like a better man, that's for sure. Okay. Brendan Heffernan, long time no see. "Hey Gav, I just wanted to let you know I entered Budakaiser into a competition. The Camden show here near me has a handmade dairy produce judging." Thanks for the super chat. I'll get to that in a second, Michelle. Produce judging. I won first prize for any hard cheese. Congratulations, Brendan. Lots of love in the chat. Good on you, mate, and congratulations on your win. Fantastic. As well as overall champion. Fantastic, mate. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm proud of you. I am. Congratulations. You've come a long, long way in your cheese making journey. Good on you, mate. Okay, Michelle first, of course. Michelle says, I'm interested in all things Titanic, and it really looked forward to your cheese making video. It was really amazing. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Michelle. I really do appreciate the $10 US. It was, like I said, a labour of love. I took ages to do that video. And you saw a 4-week break between videos, so that's how long it took me to make the Titanic video. I had to do so much research into Kim's family to make sure that I absolutely nailed what happened. Well, his recollection anyway of what happened on the day on William Majors, or Kim's great-grandfather, and I had to nail the history part of the St. Ivel when the sources were so not sketchy, they're difficult to find. And really, in the end, I just had to go with my gut feeling on what the cheese recipe was going to be. They said it was going to be spreadable like fine old cheddar, and I'm going, how the heck do you make a lactic set cheese that's a fine old cheddar when lactic cheeses don't last that long? You're lucky if they last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They must have put some sort of preservative in there as well. And looking back now, there's one thing I probably might have changed, and that was to put in some annatto, because from all the drawings, because there's no actual photos of the cheese, from all the drawings, the cheese is yellow. So lactic set cheeses are not yellow, as we know, unless there's a very, very high fat content. Maybe they added some extra cream in, I'm not sure, to get that yellowing colour and make it a little bit more spreadable maybe. But I think the flavour was definitely there. It did taste like a fine old cheddar type thing, so that would be really... as far as I'm concerned, it was a great cheese. But thanks so much for the super chat, Michelle. I really appreciate it. Okay. Lisa says, talking about something here, a cheese. Had a good blue coverage outside, but not a lot of flavour and a tad bitter. What would cause bitterness? Not enough salt. Usually is the cause of bitterness, especially in blue cheeses, because they're not aged usually for more than 90 days. So, yeah, not enough salt. So, next time, I think this is what you're talking about, Lisa, the next time you make one, weigh the curds. The blue cheeses, especially Stilton type cheeses, have between 2 and 2.5% salt per weight of curds. So they absolutely need to, as soon as they're drained, before you mould them and add the salt, then, yeah, weigh the curds first and then add the salt in. And usually when you do that, you don't have too many issues. So I hope that helps. Paul has a question and says, I'm wondering if you've ever seen actual difference in putting the calcium chloride in at the beginning. Yes, I have. Recently, and did make a video about it, it was just for personal consumption. I made a cheese with pasteurised and homogenised milk, which is, going to be one of the weakest curd sets. I made 2 batches, just small little cheeses, and I added calcium chloride at the start, and I found, compared to other cheeses that I've made with that type of milk, that the curd set was much better than if I had have added it just before the rennet, the calcium chloride. So it's had time for the calcium ions to bond to the to the casein proteins to make the matrix stronger when you add rennet. So absolutely it does work better if you add it at the start when you're heating the milk. You've got more time for that calcium bond to happen, chemical reaction. Okay. Thanks, Paul, for that question. The gallery, it's time for the gallery now. It's 8:30. Let me just pull that up. There we go. And let's just say that the gallery is brought to you by you, the Curd Nerds. You send in the photos, and yeah, it is a lovely little time where we get to share all the cool Curd Nerdy things we've done. Right, having said that, first one today is from Michelle. Michelle says, "Hi Gavin, you asked to see everybody's cheese making areas. Although I have a simple double boiler on the stove, raw milk in gallon glass jars and a kitchen table set up, I thought I'd share it with you. I made Buddha-Kaiser cheese on Tuesday. Thank you for all you do. Sincerely, Michelle." Thank you, Michelle. That's a big glass jar. I'm just saying. Oh, raw milk. I like nice cream line. It's separated already. Hopefully it's not more than a couple of days old. But yeah, I like the double boiler setup. I've actually got one of those too. Who gave it to me? Somebody gave it to me. It was Lindsay Merrick, who gave me all this cheese making stuff after a divorce. So yeah, so I've got one of these as well. I haven't used it because now I haven't gone to cheeses that are really big sizes. But yeah, good looking setup. Double boiler works. It honestly does. You can control the temperature. I did it for so many years before I started using a precision cooker. And it's good to see you got everything laid out there nice and clean on the side on paper towel, which is perfect. And I think there's another picture. Oh, okay, there's all your stuff laid out, cheesecloth, all the moulds. Colander, hey, that looks exactly the same as my one. You've got your cultures there, you've got your rennet, and all the spoons and all that good gear. Well done. And as the French say, what's it called? Mise en place. Everything in its place before you start cooking. Absolutely necessary when cheese making. There's nothing worse than not having everything set up before you start a session. And you go, oh, I forgot the rennet. Where the heck is it? And you have to go hunting through your fridge to find the rennet. But yeah, absolutely amazing. So well done, Michelle. Congratulations. The next one is from Persnickety, who I haven't seen in the chat because he's probably working, just finished working nights. Right, so this one here says, "Howdy Gav, on January 15th, 2025, I crafted a 9-pound, 11-ounce, which is 4.39 kilogram Colby using MA11 culture. Given the salvaged failure of the last Colby, which was a year old, which went into the American cheese pot, I was not expecting much, or rather not sure what to expect. 3 months later, there's an amazing product in my cheese fridge. There's a strong Colby flavour which lingers on the tongue. It will be interesting to see how the flavour changes in time, but I don't have much of it left. I'll have to make another or two, that's for true." The first photo is out of the press, weighed, and the second photo is there, says, which I think came out well, is in half-pound portions or 200 grams, being vacuum sealed for customers. My very best to Kim and the doggos, and thank you for your channel, Curd Nerdly Persnickety. Thank you, Persnickety. Great knife there, by the way. And yeah, nice big chunks of cheese. Look good looking. And I'm glad it turned out. It was a big boy. Congratulations, mate. That is it for the gallery today. I did say it was going to be short, didn't I? All right, so there we go. That's all done. Gallery's done. Now, how do you send photos to me? And please do. I would love to see photos. And I think Brendan says he's going to send photos of his awards. That'll be nice. Good on you, mate. All right, how do you do it? Let me just pull that up. Well, what you do is you go to the channel page, just this one here, and you go here where it says, do you want to become a Curd Nerd? and you click on that, and it comes up and it says view my email address. So click on that when you're logged in, and bingo boingo, send me your photos of your cheesy creations, or if you're having issues with your cheese, same thing, send them through. Quite happy to do a little bit of Dr. Cheese and go through and check its pulse and see how it's going. So yeah, very cool indeed. So shoot them through. I would love to have a big gallery next week for next week's show. So yeah, send them through if you've got them. Right, so back to questions. We have no, where are we? Oh, here we go. Destraw says, thanks for the reply. US vet, Army though, not Navy. Boats make me sick. They used to make me sick when I first started too. Did you have any cheese on the ships? If so, how did you like it? The cheese in our rations is hyper-processed and not great. Did I have cheese? Rarely. From what I remember, very rarely did we have cheese served on the ships anyway, and if it was, it would have been processed cheese. Yeah, cauliflower or gratin. That was one of their favourites. So the cheese that they used to grate on top, yeah, was processed cheese. It was like Kraft processed cheese that they just grated. I think they had it in big bags in the fridge down below. But that was about it. So yeah, it was processed cheese. Because you know, when you're out at sea, things don't last, or they have to be refrigerated or frozen. There's no place for affinage for cheese, that's for sure. So convenience is more so. However, when I was, as I got up to non-commissioned officer ranks, petty officer and chief petty officer, for mess dinners we used to have cheese platters, and yeah, some really nice cheeses there. But mess dinners were like once every 6 months, maybe, where all the members of the mess got together, had a big shindig, got pissed, and all that sort of stuff, as you do in the Navy and any forces, I suppose. Anyway, enough about that. Shauna says, when maturing a washed rind cheese, do you pat it dry after washing, or do you put it back in the ripening box damp? Thank you. Normally, what I tend to do, Shauna, and it seems to have worked for me, no problems at all, is that I just wash it with, so I put the wash on the cheese and then rub it all over with my hands, clean hands of course, and then put it back in the ripening box at that, because the washed rind cheeses need a humidity of at least 95% to grow the brevibacterial linens all over. So yeah, they're damp-ish, not dripping, but you can see a shine on them, if that makes sense. And then it helps the bee linens wash to grow as well. Even when you stop the bee linens wash and just use brine, a simple brine solution, same thing, you'll see the orange mold start to build up. You'll even probably get some on your hands as you wash it with your hands. So yeah, it's damp, but not dripping wet, if that makes sense. Toby has a question and says, hi Gavin. Hi Toby. Do you have any cautions regarding the use of lipase, which some say can adversely affect the taste? Yes, I do. So lipase is a two-edged sword, if that's what they say. If you're using raw milk, don't use lipase. Lipase is already in raw milk. It gets destroyed during the pasteurization process. So if you're using raw milk, don't use lipase. If you are using lipase, and really I would only use it for certain cheeses that need a piquant flavour to the curds, to the final cheese, like, you know, Romano and the cheese that cannot be mentioned, Parmesan or Parmigiano Reggiano, the pretend version at home, maybe Asiago as well. Those hard Italian cheeses, and sometimes feta as well. We put a little bit in there, no more than 1/8 of a teaspoon of lipase, whether it be calf, kid or lamb. And no more than 1/8 of a teaspoon per 10 litres of milk. Any more than that, you're overdosing it, and you'll get like a sickly taste to the cheese. So yeah, and those cheeses absolutely have to be long aged if you're adding lipase to them. because the lipase breaks the fats down and gives you that piquant flavour, or spicy flavour, as they say in Italian. That's my advice. If you don't like that sort of flavour, don't use it. Absolutely. You'll get a nice cheese regardless. You just won't get one that's overly spicy, if that makes sense. So thanks, Toby. Yeah, congratulations, Brendan, again. Next step is to enter the cheese into the RAS. Is that the Sydney show? Royal Agricultural Show in Sydney? The Easter show. I think it's on now, isn't it? But yeah, that'll be interesting, especially if they have a home cheesemaker category. That would be very interesting. Jose says, I'm a Spanish Army veteran. The food in the Army was notorious for its low quality. Don't expect quality cheese in your food. Oh, there you go. Oh, very nice. Lisa says, the QQQ is the above question. Above that question. Oh. Sorry, did I miss something, Lisa? I'm just trying to go back. I must have missed it. I can't see. My chat only goes back so far. Anyway, Brendan says, I'll send you a photo of my award and certificates and my champion sash. I hope you're wearing it for the photo gallery next time. That would be cool. Thanks, Brendan. Beautiful cheeses. Happy Easter. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate it. James has a question. Says, I have found really hard to get a good curd set with goat milk. Tried only a few different brands, but it does seem more challenging than cow milk. Any hints? Yes. What tends to happen is because goat's milk is not as popular in the supermarket as cow's milk, they tend to ultra pasteurize it. And that makes the curd set really crappy. So what you need to do is find a brand, and I'm not sure what state you're from, James, but here in Victoria there's the Caldermead Farm. Yeah, Caldermead Dairies. It's down in South Gippsland Highway. Coal sell their milk. New South Wales Blue Mountains. Oh, okay. So you probably won't get Caldermead Farm then. But yeah, that pulls goat's milk in a carton, ultra pasteurised. I wouldn't even waste my time on it. There was another brand, Caprolac, that started off normal pasteurisation, but they changed to ultra pasteurisation as well because it actually makes the milk last longer on the shelves. And because people aren't buying it in the same quantities as they do cow's milk, that's the only way they can make a profit. So that's my hints. Try and find a dairy, and I'm pretty sure there are goat milk dairies around, even in New South Wales, where you'll be able to get some that will set a curd. But yes, it is a struggle. The struggle is real for goat's milk because, like I said, they ultra pasteurise it. Zombicus says, having computer issues, can't send a super chat or a proper question. My first question vanished. Oh, that's sad. I got that one. I got that one there. But thank you very much. And I've got a super chat from Destraw. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate it. The light will go off in a second. It says, appreciate the great info. Have a great Easter. Thank you very much. Got a couple of days to go. Yeah. Who's dobbing on Robin? What's he doing? He's doing dad jokes. Robin says, are you talking about the Grana Padano? And the light hasn't gone off for that last super chat. There we go. Are you talking about Grana P? Those Italians are breaking down the door. By the way, don't use lipase, use toothpaste. Oh, that's very funny. Thank you. Lipase, made by the devil himself. Thank you, Matt. And lovely to see you in the chat as well. Yeah, look, too much lipase made by the devil himself. But yeah, if you can get raw milk, great. You don't have to worry about it. So, oh, goodness me. Patricia says, I frequently use goat milk for cheese making. Yes, the curds are more delicate than cow's milk curds. Stir gently, lift rather than stir, and you'll get a wonderful cheese from goat's milk. Thanks, Patricia, for the advice. That is good advice indeed. Next question is from Just One Asbestos. Says, the flavours of a cheddar are more from the proteins being broken down into peptides, not lipase being broken down into fats. Yes, so as the proteins break down into shorter chain fatty acids, that's where you get the cheddary flavour. It's not so much the any lipase breaks down the fats. Mostly when we make cheddars, because we use a combination of starter cultures. I prefer to use the MA4000 series for cheddars now because it has ST in it, which when it breaks down does provide that, extra boost to the cheddary flavour. I used to use it using just a simple mesophilic like MO30 or MA11, but I find that it gives a better boost to the flavour using the farmhouse cheddar cultures like Casu or MA4000 series. So yeah, when they break down, they help break the proteins down and not the fats. So there you go. Good question. Christy Bell, g'day Christy, says, do you know what moulds are okay and what's not? Not knowing is keeping me from jumping into aged cheeses. I've ended up throwing out a few I've tried because I wasn't sure. Okay, so black mould is the worst, absolutely. But before we even start, make sure that when you sanitize all your equipment, you're either boiling the stainless steel stuff and the plastic stuff, use Star San or some comparable no-rinse sanitizer like Itafor, or there is even a low foaming Star San variety. I think Brendan brought it up. I can't remember what the name of it was, Brendan. I'm glad you're here. He asked me a question in the comments of one of my videos. But yeah, so the make sure that's all sanitized, right, before you even start, and I'm sure you do, which is good. Thank you. The super chat worked, Lisa. Thank you very much. So focusing on this question, Gavin. So black mold is bad. Brown mold is not so bad because when certain cheeses ages, they get brown mold on the outside of the cheese. With aged cheeses, right, the cheesemakers, or commercial cheesemakers, tend to wash off the molds with a scrubbing brush at the end of the ripening phase. The molds don't stay on there when you serve it up, right? The molds do add to flavour and texture when flavour and texture when it's aged. But yeah, they just rub it off with a brush and water. Similar to some firmer blue cheeses as well. Same thing happens. And you don't get that funky outside rind. But yeah, so I actually did a YouTube short on bad molds and good molds. If you go to the channel page, let me just see if I can find it for you. And where are we? Back to the second one. So if you go to shorts and I've done a few. Goodness me, what a nice man. I think the very first shorts I ever did. God, I have done a few, haven't I? So down here, these two, good mould on cheese and bad mould on cheese. Go and check those out. Like I said, all you have to do is go to the shorts tab on the channel page. Go and have a look at those, and there's a full explanation there on what bad moulds are and what good moulds are, and your phobia will go. It'll all go away. So go and check those out. Very cool. Thanks for the question, though. Very good. Don't stay awake at night for worrying about moulds. Moulds on cheese. If, you won't have any issues. Anyway, so moving right along. Brendan says, I've also given up on goat's milk. Brendan lives in New South Wales as well. Can't get anything decent. All is ultra pasteurised. I need to get it straight from the goats. Indeed. And when you do, the difference will be amazing. Lisa, thank you for the super chat. Where you've got testing, that's where you put your question in, if you want to put one in. So it worked. There you go. That's where you ask your question in there. And thank you so much for that super chat. Brennan says phosphoric acid. Yeah, so that in star sand, that's the principal ingredient is phosphoric acid, which kills bacteria and yeasts on contact, which is really cool. And I've been using a lot. I'm a convert. I haven't had any rogue molds growing on anything when I use it now, so it's very good. Lisa says, I can send money, but it won't let me ask a question. Yeah, where you put test, that's where you ask your question. Oh, there you go. Christy says, thank you. I love your channel. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you, Christy. Thanks for turning up. That's the good thing. Without you guys turning up, it wouldn't be much of a show, really, especially this one anyway. Robin says, I'm a dad, even a granddad even. If you go straight to goat, make sure it's the correct liquid, otherwise you get American beer. Brandon says he loves the low foaming stuff. So I'll have to check my brewing supplier for low foaming star sand next time, or equivalent. We have a different brand in Australia, but it's the same stuff, phosphoric acid. And yeah, so what I do when I do sanitize the molds and stuff, I actually rinse them in hot water, not boiling water, hot water after I've done the just a quick rinse under the tap, under the hot water tap for the plastic stuff, because the phosphoric acid can linger and maybe change the pH of the curd. I'm not sure, but I'm erring on the side of caution there. Anyway, what's the time? We got 9 minutes to go. If you're still holding off on a question, don't hesitate to throw it into the chat, and we'll get stuck into it. While I'm waiting, I'll just have a quick sip of the coffee. It's my favourite mug, by the way. I don't know. I don't know how many times have I told people, talk curdy to me. I love it. It's just, for some reason, it's my my favourite. Patricia says, do you have a birthday coming up? You know when it's my birthday, Patricia, because it's the same birthday as yours. What cheesy gift would you like to receive this year? Well, last year, Kim stopped trying now. She last year she went all in gardening, because at that phase, last year I started to make the new veggie patch. I ripped up the whole back one, and I did a little bit every single day whilst I had my back injury, so just helping me recover, helping me stay sane. So she bought me lots of gardening stuff for my birthday. It's in May, near the end of May. But yeah, you know very well when my birthday is. You cheeky curd nerd, you. Oh, goodness me. Recommend cheese making books. Yes, in fact, if we go back to the Trello board, Christy, where is it? Where is it? Gav, bring it up. Right here. Cheese making book review, including skill levels. So it's on the slate to be produced. I've got to put some more thought in it. I've read some books recently and reread some as well. I even reread this book here from Matt's recommendation, Paul Thomas's Homemade Cheese. It's a UK based book, so it's in metric, and I think it's in imperial as well. Really advanced, this one. So I was looking for an advanced book. So yeah, thanks Matt for recommending that one. I did have it already. I just had only read it a bit, if that makes sense. Sometimes you get a cheese, it's like collecting things. You don't use all the things. You just use them when you need to use them. So anyway, very cool. So yeah, books. Yeah, I'm doing a whole video on that. So we will go back to that one. There's my head. Alrighty. Shauna says, is the prima donna tutorial getting any closer? All the tutorials are getting closer, Shauna. Yes, they are. And I do have a recipe for it, and it is on the slate, is all I can say at the moment. Is it getting any closer? All the cheeses are getting closer eventually. But yeah, sorry, I haven't made it yet. It's on the list. It's on the list. There's so many things on the list. So many things jump ahead. So many opportunities. It's all good. Brendan says, I'm sure I have some more cheese photos to send as well. I'll see what I haven't sent you yet. Please do, mate. Send them through. More the merrier. Anyway, 5 minutes ago, we'll wrap up the show now. Let's do that. Let's. It looks really nice. Yes, it does. Prima donna does look nice. I haven't been able to find it anywhere here in Australia to eat. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Maybe I didn't go to a cheesemonger or anything. But yeah. Beaudry Adventures says, I finished making your jalapeno cheddar recipe. It's in the press at the moment. It's a really nice cheese, mate. Really is. But yeah, thank you for making it. You'll really enjoy it. Yeah, too many dad jokes. All right, let's pay the bill, shall we? So don't forget that if you have enjoyed the show, give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. More likes the merrier. YouTube loves it. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. If you want to learn how to make cheese in a structured manner, pop over to courses.littlegreenworkshops.com.au and you can check out the beginner's curd nerd course and the where you get to make 9 cheeses, and the blue cheese course. And like I said, I'm still working on the white cheese course. Nearly there. I've only got like 3 days worth of work to do on that one, so we'll get there eventually. If you want to pick up supplies, I have lots over at littlegreenworkshops.com.au, ship all over the world. So get into those if you are in the need for cheese making supplies. And of course, the merch store, where merch.cheeseman.tv, where you can pick up a lovely certified curd nerd shirt amongst many, many designs. And my favourite cup, Talk Curdy to Me. Of course, I've got lots of other cups, and don't forget the iPhone cover. Goodness me, we couldn't forget that. It's a bit dirty, but certified curd nerd. If you want to show your prowess to the whole world, then you couldn't do worse. And yeah, as one person said in the chat, caps. I've got ball caps as well. Very nice. Keeps the sun off your head. Anyway, thanks for watching, curd nerds. I'll see you next time. This week's video will definitely be the Formaggio review. Like I said, it's 1 hour and 6 minutes at the moment. I'm going to check I've got a little bit at the end that I've got to do, probably about 2 hours work, and then I'll get it up for members and patrons to start with for a few days, and then it'll be released to the public. So thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.